Hi friends, welcome back to Shelby in the Book Club. I'm Shelby Monet and this is day 3 of Sheltober. In today's video, we are going to talk about all the books that I started and did not finish in the month of September. I feel like I am the most realistic reader, chaotic, but the most realistic reader in our little community here, because I just be starting books and don't be finishing them. And I used to feel bad about it, and I know a lot of people do feel bad about DNFing books, but I'm here to tell you that it is completely fine. There are too many books to read. We don't have time to waste. We gotta read, because I know a lot of us panic a lot and be like, how am I gonna read all these damn books? And then they keep putting out new ones. How am I gonna read all these damn books? So if you would like to hear what I started and what I did not finish in the month of September, here you go. Okay, so we're not gonna start in any particular order. First, what I do want to say is it's okay if you start and don't finish books. I know a lot of us, because it used to make me feel bad when I would DNF stuff, but it's too many books. We got too many books to read. We got too much stuff to do. It's okay, friend. It's okay if you start and don't finish a book. And also, something that I've said before, and I probably need to say again, we are not buying books for our present day self. We are buying books for future versions of ourselves, because every book is not for you in the present moment. Like, sometimes you are not in the correct headspace or the right level of understanding to really absorb a book, no matter how difficult or how simple a book is. Sometimes you just need to be in the right place, and sometimes that place is 6 years from now or 6 months from now or 6 days from now. You just never know. So we're not gonna beat ourselves up. So first we're going to start with The Attic Child. Now, you guys may see me talk about this book again in the update that I do for the Big Book Challenge, because this is a hefty one and I am going to finish this one. It just was a little sad. It's a dual story about two children that go through a similar thing years apart, and it's telling both of their stories. I think I said that already, but y'all know I just be talking. And it's a little sad. It's a little heavy, and I think starting this after I had read Parish wasn't the best idea, because Parish was really heavy and then this is sort of heavy too, but I am going to finish it. I think I need something a little light, you know? So I'm going to finish that. I just don't know when. Ooh. I heard y'all say bless you. Thank you. Next, we have Afterlives. I showed you guys this book in my September TBR, I believe, but I showed you the hardback copy. I maybe got 3 or 4 pages into this, and I really felt like, what exactly is it am I reading? Because I don't know. And I just put it down. I was like, okay, we need to move on to the next, because I really want to read something. I just don't know if this one is it right now. And I want to read more, because this is a Nobel Prize winner. I want to read more awarded books, but I feel a way, because I feel like every time I come across an awarded book, whether it be a Pulitzer Prize, whether it be a Nobel Prize or whatever, I feel like it's always this like elevated literature that I can't really get with, and it makes me feel dumb. And I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. So I don't know if that's maybe the fault of them, the awards. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just the knowledge that I have of these award shows. But I want to read more awarded work. So I am going to go back to this. I'm going to give it a full chance. And I'm not just going to give up on myself and be like, whatever. Okay, this next one. I have a TikTok. And if you are following anybody down to the Black TikTok, then you already know that this book is popular, right? And some people were talking about it as if it was a little spicy. And by spicy, I mean like a little smut. Like I was going to get, like, I know my mama and them be watching, but like I thought it was going to make me like, you know, make a phone call and be like, you want to try with in the y'all catch my drift. So it's not that there was anything wrong with this book. I, at my big age, I just thought it was going to be something that it wasn't, and that is Honey and Spice. So again, I'm going to read this in its entirety because I've heard amazing things about it, but they just had me thinking that you know, I was gonna get some ideas, you know, and apparently this ain't that. And so if you are looking for like a really cute romance, let's see, what is this one about? Two students, college students, put together a fake relationship that I guess turns into a real one. I've heard good things about it. If you're looking for some romance that's like innocent and not at all spicy, Honey and Spice is your way to go. Next, I started What the Fireflies Knew, and this was really good, but I'm gonna say the same thing about what I said about the Addict Child, where not necessarily sad, but it's giving me Jesmyn Ward vibes. And y'all know I love Jesmyn Ward, but her work is a bit heavy and I'm just not in the mood for that. And this one opens up with, it was me who found Daddy's body. So I was like, yeah, girl, eventually. Eventually. I do want to finish that though, because I was getting into it. Now this next one. Oh, hi, Uncle TC. My uncle's is, hi. I love you. This one, this fell through the cracks. I'm absolutely enjoying this. My goal is to finish this this month. I love the information that I'm getting in this story. I do think the main character is a little naive, but she is a nurse in Alabama that works at a family clinic, and she's basically realizing the corruption that is going on. And again, I think she's a little naive. I think because of the lifestyle that she has, she is a little sheltered. But I am thoroughly enjoying this. I was reading this while we went to Ohio for my uncle's memorial service, and once we got home, I was drained, I was tired, and this just stayed in my purse and never moved. I think that was a lot of the reason why my reading month went the way that it was, because I would pick up something, I would be like, oh, I'm gonna read this, and then I would put it down somewhere in the house. And I would be like, oh, I'm not getting up to go get the book. I'm gonna just pick up something else. Now, this next book is what started my reading funk. And I want to preface this with, just because I don't enjoy a book and y'all come here for book recommendations doesn't mean that you get to be like, oh, well, Shelby hated it, so I'm also as well going to hate it. You never know. Y'all might enjoy something that I don't like. So before I even start this rant, don't do that. Give these authors an opportunity. I'm just here to tell you how I personally feel. Okay? All right. I love you. Don't just be taking my word for it sometimes, okay? Just because I said the book is bad don't mean that you're not going to like it. Because there are plenty of times when I love a book and y'all going to read it and y'all don't like it. It all depends, okay? I knew better than to read this book. I knew to mind my business when I heard that Miss Tara M. Stringfellow was down to the internet talking shit about people that were reading her books and just giving honest opinions. I knew I should have left the book where I found it at, right? But I'm like, maybe. Baby, when I tell you the only thing good about this book is the cover. When I tell you it was very much giving vibes like she just wrote. So I did not enjoy any of what I read. And I only made it up to page 71. And usually I have a rule where it's like, okay, you made it past 50 pages, you in it. But when I tell you this book made me so mad, and I'm going to tell you why it made me mad. There is an instance of sexual assault in this book on a child, right? I read heavy books all the time. It's sad. Okay, cool. What angered me is the mother's reaction to the doctor. So the incident happens. Obviously, it's a Black family, if you couldn't tell by the cover. And the mother, the child is 3 or 4, I want to say. They go to a therapist and they want to know, is she going to remember this when she's older? What can we do to help her navigate this, so on and so forth. And the doctor says something along the lines of, we see this a lot in neglect, in homes of neglect, of like child neglect that lead to these kind of things. And the mother reacts and she's like, do you see this vintage Chanel suit that I have on? Do you, my father was the first Black detective in me and that mosquito gonna fight. It's gonna be me and you. My father was the first Black detective in our town, and my husband, he is a high ranking blah blah. What's your Chanel suit got to do with your baby? What does all of these qualifications have to do with you stepping up to advocate for your child? Right? You proving that you have money and that you have status doesn't equate to your child not being neglected. Right? And I understand that as Black people, we have to prove ourselves worthy of being thought about, of being considered, of all of these things. I totally understand that. But it pissed me off because not once was she like, no, my baby wasn't neglected. We don't know where this came from. We don't know how this happened, because it was by her cousin that's not that much older than her. So we don't know where this came from, but I still want to get my baby help. That none of that was prevalent in the moment. It was more about proving her status. And that pissed me off, and I had to close the book because I'm like, this little girl is doomed. You want to prove that you can provide for her? That's not really protecting her. That's not really helping her. There was no talk. And maybe further in the book, they go on to get a second opinion. I doubt it. But that's not advocating. And why it really pissed me off is because the same thing that the character did was the same thing that the author did when she was mad at what somebody said about her book. And I tell you one thing, Miss Tara M. Stringfellow, you come around these parts over here, don't you bring that shit over here, girl. Don't you do it. But it was very similar. Like, she is not far removed from her character. And I thought that was interesting, but also as well, it made me mad because Miss Tara M. Stringfellow was out here talking about something, you poor, and that's why I'm in Italy on a yacht and all of this other, you know, she was very much sounding like a rapper that sell drugs out the bando. And I was just like, oh, so her and her characters is, we are one. And I didn't like that. So I just stopped reading it because I was like, you ain't fixing to make me mad. And at first I was going to hate read it. I was going to hate read it. I was going to hate read the book. But then I was like, we're not going to give her that much shine. We're not going to do that. So, yeah. Read it at your own precaution. Excuse me, but that is all the books that I started and did not finish in the month of September. What did you read in September? Leave me a... because I really do like this. I really do enjoy this book cover. Leave me some butterflies, a butterfly emoji. Is there a butterfly emoji? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. But leave me a butterfly emoji if you've made it this far in the story. All the books mentioned in today's video will be linked in the underneath a bar, if you guys would like to purchase from the bookstore or from the Liberal FM. If nobody has told you today, I love you. You are kind, you are smart, you are important, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye, guys.